Welcome to South Asia. This is J. Reddy, your facilitator at South Asia. At South Asia, I will bring the knowledge about South Asian territories south of Karakoram mountains here and north of Kanyakumari here. And if you are following me from other social media channels like ShareView, etc., I strongly appreciate. Please go to YouTube channel, our educational YouTube channel, South Asia Maps, JRD, type it and you will find large number of playlists in that channel where you can benefit from listening to my presentations that will give you in-depth knowledge about the various topics on South Asian history and heritage and culture. We already have more than 70 videos or so, each more than 30 minutes of presentation with high quality maps, where I bring the lot of information, what I call 6Ks, Khyber, Kalat, Kacha, Kanyakumari, Kamarupa, Kashmir and Karakoram. So, today we will be continuing about Madras Presidency, growth of Madras Presidency, part 2. In the part 0, I broadly gave overall introduction to growth of Madras Presidency. In part 1, we have discussed about growth of Madras Presidency from Madras trading post plus Fort St. George and acquisition of Chengalpattu district. This is Chengalpattu district surrounding Madras urban area. That was in part 1. In part 2 today, we will be talking about N.Sirkars. N.Sirkars. Before we start, we are already aware the Madras Presidency was a political subdivision of British India. It has a British India administrative subdivisions, administrative part of British India. It has a Madras Presidency, Bengal Presidency, Bombay Presidency, other states such as British Punjab, United Provinces of Agra and Oudh, residencies and princely states, agencies and so on. Madras Presidency is very, very important. On one side it touched Chilka Lake and Kalinga coast, and other side it touched Goa or Gomantak, and southern side it touched Travancore Kingdom and Aramboli Pass. There were 26 districts in Madras Presidency at its zenith, means in its maximum territorial extent, in 5 provinces or 5 divisions: Agency Division and Sirkar Division and Deccan Division and Coromandel Division and West Coast Division. Briefly, these districts are Circadistics. We talk about Ganjam, Visakhapatnam, East Godavari, West Godavari, Krishna, Guntur and Nellore. And then we have agency districts such as Visakhapatnam and Ganjam. Parts of agency are Eastern Ghats. Then we have Deccan Division or Ceded Division, Rayalaseema, Ballari, Kurnool, Anantapur, Kadapa and Chittur. Then Coromandel Division, Tamil speaking area, that is Tirunelveli, Madurai and Tanjavuru and Tiruchirappalli, South Arcot, North Arcot, Chengalpattu, Madras, Baramahal, that is Salem, and Coimbatore, Nilgiris. Then we also had West Coast territory, that is Malabar, that is Calicut, South Canara, Mangalore here, North Canara, Karwar there. That was in brief about Madras Presidency with 26 districts and 5 divisions in its maximum extent or territorial. Madras Presidency started in 1639 as a small territorial grant to build a trading post and a center by the when Francis Day got a grant from the declining Vijayanagara emperors at Chandragiri and Vellore and Palar River. And finally, it was elevated to a status of presidency. William Guilford was appointed as a president of Madras Presidency, essentially a small trading port, and they built a fort, Killa, that is called Fort St. George, that houses Madras Legislative Assembly, Tamil Nadu Legislative Assembly and Council today. Then, as the power, there were two colonial powers among many: Portuguese, Dutch, Danish, and so on. British and French were contending for military power in South India after the decline of Nizam and Mughals and Marathas. They fought a series of wars globally as a part of French and British empires. Those wars that were fought in India were fought in this region that is called Carnatic region, not Karnataka. That's why those wars are called Carnatic wars. Carnatic is a region that is essentially from north of Kanyakumari to south of Guntur district in Andhra Pradesh. This entire area is called Carnatic or Carnatic area. And we have Kaveri river here, south of Kaveri, southern Karnataka, and north of Kaveri, and there is a Pennar river near Nellore that is called central Karnataka, and after north of Pennar river near Nellore, and Gundlakamma river near Ongole Prakasham that is called northern Karnataka. This is Carnatic region, ruled by a Nawab located at Vellore, near Vellore, and a place called Arcot on Palar River. This is the Carnatic. 3 wars were fought. One war, the first war was fought before the death of Nizam. Nizam passed away 1748, and nothing happened. But what that first Carnatic war revealed was a small European trained army can defeat vast number of native soldiers or sipais. That was the outcome of the first war. No territorial changes between British or French. British had only Fort St. George, and south on Ponier River, French has Pondicherry. Within next few months, second Carnatic war broke because there was a contest for the throne at Arcot. Chanda Sahib on one side, Muhammad Ali Khan Walla's other side. There was a contest for throne in Nizam's territory between Muzaffar Jang, grandson of Nizam, after Nizam passed away 1748, and his son Nasir Jang. British supported Nasir Jang and Chanda Sahib. Muhammad Khan Wallaza. French supported Chanda Sahib and Muzaffar Jang. And after the war, the outcome is British become masters of Karnataka. Their candidate, Muhammad Ali Khan Wallaza, was victorious, whereas the French has influence and they put in new Nizam after the assassination of Muzaffar Jang, Salabat Jang. So French has supremacy at Hyderabad, Aurangabad, and British at Arcot. The most important thing is the Arcot. That is the second Carnatic war. Then the 7 Years' War broke down within few years in Europe. That means from 1756 to 63. And again, East India Company, that is French and British, they fought again in Karnataka. But this time the war was beyond Karnataka, Carnatic region, and was also fought in Bengal also. Finally, French were defeated, and the outcome of the third war is French agreed by the Treaty of Paris, just a traders, no military ambitions in India. British became the prominent power in South Asia, and they controlled completely Nawab of Arcot. French influence collapsed at Nizam's territory in Aurangabad, that is in Marathwada, also in Hyderabad and that region. So the Treaty of Paris recognized Muhammad Ali Khan Wallaza who was already the Nawab of Carnatic, but formal agreement by the French and the British. That is very important. We discussed about that. After the war, the Third Carnatic War, Muhammad Ali Khan Wallaza, who was the Carnatic Nawab or Arcot Nawab, gave the taluks, the regions surrounding the Madras area. Madras at that time was a small trading post. This is called Chengalpattu district, that we discussed secession of Chengalpattu in 1763. That is Chengalpattu, Madurantagam, Kanchipuram, Sri Perambaduru, Ponneri, Tiruvalluru, Gummidipundi, south of Pulicat Lake. Now, we'll come into our major topic, Sirkars. What is Sirkar? So here I have put a northern Sirkars here. Here there is a lack of space here, so I have put a separate map here. When you say Sirkar, Sirkar means a Persian word, means a government. That was the carry over from the Islamic imperialism in North India and South India. Circas means a land between the Krishna river here and Godavari river here. There is a lake called Chilka Lake, south of Mahanadi river in Kalinga or Orissa or Odisha. So Krishna river today is separate, southern part Guntur district, northern part Krishna district. At that time it was called Kondapalli district. Kondapalli is a hill fort during the medieval times. Originally coastal districts means Kondapalli, Yeluru, that is the district headquarters of West Godavari today. Rajamandri or Rajamahendrapuram district is not a district headquarter but a major center in East Godavari. Srikakulam. These were originally under Nizam's control. A Fauzdar, Fauz means the army in the Urdu or Hindustani or Persian. They control this region. This is the Costa region, Sirkar region. When the British took over, they called this coastal area, and as events passed, is essentially called Costa in Andhra Pradesh today. Costa means this is the area. And eventually Nellore district, which was part of Carnatic, and Guntur Sirkar, which was ruled by a son of Nizam I called Basalat Jeng. Eventually the entire area came to known as a Sirkars. But this is the northern Sirkar, north of Krishna river until Chilka Lake. South of Krishna river, that entire area is called Guntur Sirkar. What happened after the third treaty, third Mysore War, Treaty of Paris? These territories were given by the Nizam. Remember, there were Nizam's control. Nizam, because Nizam got the help of Bussi, the general, French general at Aurangabad. The Nizam's successor, Salabat Jeng, one of the son of Nizam, Asad Zawan, gave these to Bussi, French East India Company. So French controlled this Sirkar region. After the Third War, the French got defeated. At the same time, British occupied these districts, so informally they got under the control of British. That means de facto British were the holders of these territories, even though de jure Nizam held those territories. And what happened after French collapsed in the Third War? Nizam started negotiating with the British, And it took certain time for these territories to be formally, officially to be handed over to the British, but British ruled them. It took a lot of years. It's not like other territories, they were transferred overnight. The first of this is after the secession of Chengalpat. We have seen Chengalpat here, right? Surrounding the Madras in 1763. In 1764, what happened? The British fought Battle of Buxar. Buxar is a district headquarters near Ganga River in Middle Ganga Plains in Bihar, where the British won a major battle against Nawab of Bengal, Nawab of Audh Suzawud Dawla, as well as Mughal Emperor itself. Next year, 1765, a Treaty of Allahabad was signed by the Mughal Emperor, which gave the British the Bengal territory. At that time, the Robert Clive also negotiated and asked the Shah Alam to formally give these Sirkar districts to the British. Remember, Shah Alam controlled Nizam technically. Nizam controlled Fauzdar here. The British already held the ground in this district. Nizam, the Shah Alam, Mughal Emperor, transferred these districts, gave them to the British. And eventually, within a year or so, Nizam officially signed a treaty called Treaty of Machilipatnam. Machilipatnam is a place in Krishna River. It is also called Bandar. It is one of the major port outlet of Nizams at that time. Bandar itself is a Persian word, means port city. Machilipatnam. Treaty of Machilipatnam gave these territories to British by the Nizam. At that time, south of Krishna River, there is a Guntur Sirkar. It was ruled by Basalat Jeng, who was the last son of Asabza Komaruddin Khan. But it was not given to the British. Only Nizam said after the demise of his brother, the district will, Guntur Sirkar will relapse back to the British. So when the Basalat Jeng passed away during 1780s, the Guntur Sirkar also came under the British control. That means now British got Guntur Sirkar and Northern Sirkar. Guntur district, that is Kondapalli district, that is Krishna district or Krishna district. Yeluru district, that is Paschima Godavari or West Godavari. Rajmandri district, that is East Godavari. And Vishakhapatnam, Ganjam. Ganjam means Barhampur, and Gajapati, Parlakimidi, Rayagada. These are the Eastern Ghats section. Eastern Ghats. So they also come under agency, or Adivasi people also lived predominantly in these areas. That is, in 65, Sirkars were granted by Shah Alam II, the Mughal Badshah, to the British. And 1768, Nizam Ali Khan, that is the successor of Nizam, called Asabza II, signed a treaty of Machilipatnam and officially gave these territories to the British, and British who held them. And after the demise of his younger brother Basalat Jeng, Guntur Sirkar, south of Krishna River, was also given to the British. This is in essential about the Madras Presidency growth. Part 2. Acquisition of Sirkars, mostly northern Circas and also Guntur Sirkar. And these are the Sirkar districts. You can see the Sirkar districts here. This is the Carnatic region. You see the Carnatic region, the Mysore kingdom ruled by Hyder Ali and Tipu, Nizam's territory. These are northern Sirkars. This is the Krishna River here. You can see the Krishna river here, the Guntur city, northern Sirkars. They were occupied by the British during 1758 to 59, and in various phases they were given to the British, given by the Nizam to the British East India Company. Here you can see the same from the Wikipedia, the Krishna river here, the Guntur, and you can see here Kondapalli. You can see the Kondapalli. Originally this was an important urban center and a fort, so that area is called Kondapalli. And you see Elur, that is the headquarters for West Godavari. This is the very big lake used to be there at that time. Now humans has taken over and drained all this area called this is very big lake, Koleru Lake. And south of Krishna river is a Guntur. This is a Guntur Sirkar. You see the Gundlakamma river here, the Ongole. South of Gundlakamma is the Carnatic territory ruled by the Arcot Nawabi at Arcot. This is the Guntur Sirkar. Guntur, Narsapur, Satyanapalli and all those areas, Repalli, Nizampatnam. Then north of Krishna river you see Bejwada. At that time is a small town, and Kondapalli here, and Elur, and here the Krishna Godavari river, mouth of Godavari river, Rajmanri. So this is the West Godavari here, East Godavari here, Godavari district. Then the entire Vishakhapatnam district is present here, and you can see Chilka Lake in the Kalinga coast, or Orissa, or Utkal, or Odisha. So this is the Ganjam district. You have to keep in mind, these districts are sometimes adjusted. They were given to the neighboring provinces or states, or like that. At one time, Ganjam district was part of Madras Presidency. In the later years, it was given back to Orissa state or Orissa province. So Ganjam or Gajapati district, Rayagara district, Udayagiri here, Berhampur. It is called by various names, Chhatrapur, Berhampur, Ganjam or Gajapati, and all those areas. And essentially the Srikakulam area. This is the agency area, Vishakhapatnam. And Godavari river here, and that is the northern Sirkars. And you can look at the northern Sirkars here in the wiki map. Wiki northern Sirkars we looked at is a division of the British India. Officially they were given to East India Company and 1823, and they were part of British India until 1947. But actually they were held on the ground. De facto they belonged to the British East India Company much before, and it gives all the those details about the northern Sirkars and so on. We can see the northern Sirkars here in our so this is the Madras Presidency. This is the Aramboli Pass here near Kanyakumari Tirunelveli area, the vast territory Visakhapatnam and Kalingapatnam until Mahanadi river. You can see Mahanadi river here, Chilka Lake, Berhampur, that is the Ganjam district or Gajapati district, and you can see the Chilka Lake. So the Madras Presidency that survived from 1640 to 1947, 50, so on, almost 300 years span up to the Chilka Lake. And we have Berhampur, Rayagada, and Srikakulam, Vishakhapatnam. All these are northern part of agency or Sirkars. And you can see the Rajmandrari here, and Elur, Vijayawada, and Guntur. This is the northern Sirkar. There is a Gundlakamma river. You can see the river Gundlakamma here. Yeah, this is the Gundlakamma, Vinukonda here. South of this is called Arcot region. That is a bigger, enlarged Nellore district. And this is the Pulicat Lake. That is a transition point between the Tamil and Telugu speaking areas of the Madras Presidency. You can see Gumidipundi, Ponneri, and Chennai here. And last time we discussed about Karunguji, that was headquarters of Chengalpattu, Kanchipuram, Saidapet here as a part of Part 1 acquisition of Chengalpattu district from the Arcot Nawab by the East India Company Bahadur, and today we completed the second part, that is the acquisition of Northern Circas. And essentially we looked at the 5 divisions of the British Madras Presidency and 26 districts, and looked at the 3 Carnatic wars and also cessation of Chengalpattu, Circars granted by the Mughal Badshah Shah Alam, and Treaty of Machilipatnam, and secession of the Guntur Sirkar after the death of Nizam's son. And that is in essence about the Madras Presidency growth Part 2. Please pay attention to this number, as there will be more than 7 or 8 parts, and I will be presenting each part separately as a part of the growth of British Madras Presidency from 1640s to 1940s as a part of South Asia maps. This is your presenter J. Reddy, and we'll see you in the other tutorials, other presentations. And please go to the YouTube channel and encourage our educational channel for propagating the knowledge about South Asia to our audience in the form of icons, maps, images and pictures. And I will see you later.